Sir Alden had a face for banners and a blade that shaved moonlight, yet he never saw the trumpet or the triumphal arch. Born to a minor house on the damp side of the kingdom, he apprenticed under a veteran captain who taught him to ride hard, mend armor, and breathe the weather. When nearby lords paraded in gold and saw the throne's favor, Alden rode out to quieter tasks, delivering grain to floodplain villages, escorting midwives through wolf-wanted woods, and standing watch while children learned to read by lantern. His armor gathered dents in soil, not praises. When the king called a crusade against marauders on the northern border, banners swelled and knights polished their reputations as much as their mail. Alden answered not with pomp, but because the border village had no smith and the farmers needed hands, he arrived late to the field, bearing a cart of tools and a mare that could carry 2 wounded men. In the heat of battle, he fought as any knight would, steady, unflinching, precise. Yet he stepped back from the kill when a fallen raider begged for mercy, binding the man's wounds instead of claiming the victor's gold. After the skirmish, the court celebrated captains who returned with trophies and enemy standards. Heralds sang names, and poets stitched feats into verse. Alden was offered a manor and a title for some minor diplomacy he'd handled between villages. He refused the hall and the herald's table. Give the manor to the smith, he told the envoy. Let him make blades that protect more than they parade. His refusal puzzled nobles and delighted the poor, who watched the newcomer distribute seed and lumber instead of setting up stone-faced statues. Rumors hardened into legend, a knight who scorned glory. Some called him coward, others saint. Priests argued about his motives, merchants spun tales to sell trinkets, and children carved his likeness from wood always with the quiet, resolute mouth he wore. Alden lived simply, taking on apprentices regardless of birth, teaching seamanship to fisher boys and stitchwork to noblemen who had never held a needle. His life threaded the kingdom's seams rather than tearing them wider, mending roofs, mediating disputes, returning lost dogs to weeping widows. Years later, when raiders returned with a fiercer hatred and the crown staggered under corrupt taxmen, people remembered the man who fixed more than he flaunted. Those he had taught led militias not for banners but to protect hearts. The smiths he had housed forged gear for farmers' children. When the court at last offered Alden a place among its honoured a gilded chair in the Hall of Mirrors, he took off his helm, set it on the table, and walked back to the docks. He watched a new generation grow into dawn, knowing some honours are earned in quiet by the lives you keep whole rather than the songs sung about you.